Hey y'all, Random Andrew here, out for another very cold cemetery tour, but you know what? The show must go on. I haven't had a chance to film really anything else to do with the other things on the channel. Too cold to fish unless you like ice fishing, which I've never done. And it's definitely too cold to go out and film car shows and car stuff, which leaves us here to another roadside cemetery tour. This is along Highway 3. This is the McKillop Cemetery. We've seen this name in a ton of the different cemeteries here along Highway 3. Minus 10 out, or colder, by the way. So we're going to walk around in this nice cold weather and have us a little tour. I don't know which side to start at. We got an old church to check out too. Looks like it could have been a town hall church or something. It's got a plaque on the front, which we will check out shortly. On with the tour. As you would have seen in that opening shot, McKillop Cemetery. And like I said, we have seen a lot of McKillop names along Highway 3 in these different cemeteries. Here's Shearing, 1902, 1903, and 1906. Elizabeth Shulver was Charles Shearing's wife. Just notice the different family name on there. I guess we'll start with this side closest to the church. Hopefully I didn't mess up my intro because I seen a weird thing when I stopped recording that. If there's no intro on here, then hey, you understand why now. Carswell, 1939. Another Carswell. Ooh, I like that inscription. To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. McWilliam. Oh, by the way, the dates on this was a 1937 for John. And no inscription. Oh, yes. There is, but there's a chunk of ice over it, so we can't see. 1869, I'm betting. And then McWilliam. 87 and 1972. Here's an older looking one here. Take our time and look. We got 1908 for the date, and I can't quite see the name. Some of the materials they used to make these with, they just don't hold up over time. 1906 for Graham. 1871, I think. Neil Graham. 1864, maybe 8, I can't tell. And Campbell, Malcolm Graham. 1842, no, 1942. That's rest. Alright, hey, we've seen a blue before. There was a very, very awesome looking headstone for somebody with the name Blue. I do believe that was way up in McCall or Black Cemetery. Solemn Solemn Lonely Pillar. I don't know where Pillister came from. Bannister? Spire. I really can't see anything on this one. Like, I can see stuff, but I can't make out what it is. McLarty, John McLarty, 1915, and his wife Mary McBride, 1910. It's a rather large base on that one. Now, there could also be other ones, and my apologies if we are walking on them, but we have no way of telling if there's in-ground headstones here. Reeves, 85 and 75. So, like, all along under here could actually be stuff. And I do actually fully intend on coming back and doing a lot of these cemeteries over again in the spring. One, because it'll be warmer, and two, because all this greenery and everything just thrives, and it looks so beautiful. And I do believe a lot of you would appreciate seeing that. Wallace. No dates for Wallace. Maggie McPhail. 1876. Okay, we're getting off track here. We'll come back over this way. There's that beautiful arch over there I'm dying to see. Every time I've drove by here, I thought that's one of the features I would like to show for that cemetery. In 1886, for McWilliam, John D. McWilliam. And we have a little inscription down here, but it's really, really hard for me to read. It's starting to get stuff growing in on it. Well, not right now because it's winter. 1883. McMillan. John McMillan. Hey, wait a second. That's another John C., son of John and Catherine McMillan. So it's father, son right here. Oh, father, son, and mother. Amelia. 1894. See, Amelia. That was one of the names I considered for my daughter. I loved the name Amelia. It's like, I don't know, it makes me think of Irish or Scots for some reason. I can't really... Oh, 1903 for church. And I'm afraid all we're going to see on this one is possibly the last name. Shearing. Another Shearing. I'll show you what I mean. How the sides all look on it. You can tell that there is an inscription, but you can't make it out. It's so worn, you can feel it. This interesting little one, a dove with a wooden cross made out of concrete. No date to really be read. Maybe a name mix something. It starts with an M anyways. It's a quaint little piece, but very beautiful. Okay, and we're standing right next to another Arch McMillop. What am I doing? McKillop. That's the name of the cemetery. Come on, get with it, Andrew. See, McKillop. 1882. One of the older dates I've seen on here, or did I? Let me double check. 1898. Okay, so back down to here. And this is a mound. This cemetery is actually a full-out mound. Just like traditional cemeteries from 1,000 years ago, you know, they have mounds. 1,000 years ago, maybe not even 1,000 years ago, but you get the idea. We would have mounds where our fallen warriors and our fallen peoples, and it just so happens that this is a nice mound beside a church, so it makes perfect for it. We've got another McWilliam, I'm sure about it that time, 1870. This must have been his original headstone, and then later this was put up for him. Let's see if we could see some dates on here. 1870, 1883. And look at the weathering along here. Another urn with a cloak over it for McWilliam. And we've got this couple, actually I almost missed this one. Kind of blends in with the snow. Doesn't really, but I'm going to say it anyway. 1878. Somebody Stewart. And McSearcy? Searcity? I'm not so sure about that. And then this classic ancient looking, not ancient, but really old looking, but the, you know, smaller size picture, I'm gonna guess was possibly a dove up top. And then you can't really see, you can see it had a round area where the inscriptions were, but you can't read it anymore. Yeah, awesome if there was a way to restore them all to the fullest. Ruston and McFadden. 69 in 2016. McCall. This is the McCall Cemetery down the road, you know. 1998. And Francis Ruston, 1985. And then a little placard for daughter of Barbara, 1999. Actually, I think that's the first time I've seen 1999. Like, we've seen older than 99. Not so windy today, so the battery's holding out, and so are my bones. 1873. And an inscription across the bottom. I wish we could still read these style inscriptions, but they were done a little lighter. This is another McKillop, by the way, John McKillop. Yeah, the little poem or whatever across the bottom, poem, it's not engraved as deep as the rest of this. This is 1873. And again, you can see it, but you can't really see it. And again, it's so weathered you can't read it. Okay. Now to the piece de la resistance. In other words, the piece you can't resist. Look at that double arch. Well, it's a single arch for double graves, and we can't read it. I think I see a date there, 1888 possibly. It's got its urn down here. It'd be great to see them all restored and put back up. Macmillan. This beautiful arch belongs to Macmillan's. Very awesome. Okay, I don't think we covered this one yet. This is another Graham. We've seen a lot of these big pillars for Graham family. And he's got 1886. He's got a few family members here. 1903, Eliza. 1905, Christina. Oh, that's a different way of spelling Christina, with an E instead of an I. Only 17 years old. What a crying shame that is. To only get to live 17 years on this world. Take care of yourselves, people. And let's hope we can do a lot better than that. Let's say 117 would be at least achievable. Yeah, and then, you know, there's my random ramblings as we wander around. Look. Here's small. 21 years and 1 month. 1894, like I tell you, it must have been a lot harsher conditions, medically speaking. I don't even think we had the original inoculations going around to people yet. Doctors and hospitals, stuff like that would be a rarity back then. Like, there still were doctors, don't get me wrong. Hey, 1898, 1897. So there's, you know, a lot of factors that played on the reasons why these people passed away at such a young age. 1829, 1828, and 1849. Still Stidwell. I think that's one of the older ones here so far today. But yeah, there's a lot of factors at play and why a lot of these people passed away at such a young age. And we've overcome a lot of that. It still happens though. Other countries where they don't have what we have here, you know, that happens a lot more often for them over there. McCrae. I think I had a Mr. McCrae as a teacher once. It's 1891. We got a McKillop. Another John McKillop. There was a lot of John McKillops. Holy cow. 1948. Another McKillop. Duncan. Lilius Belmoir. And she has no end date. She could be still alive right now. Way to go, Lilius Bell. If that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right, but oh well, you know, I can only try. Okay, we're seeing McPhail. Oh, well, that's interesting. It's just a melted area of snow right here. I wonder, is there heat down there? You'll know because you'll see the lens fog. That is really weird. That's something that fell out of the tree, maybe. But then you'd see whatever fell out of the tree. Anyways, let's stop getting distracted, eh? Everest. See that? Everest. I've never seen that last name before. Thomas, 1928. And Mary, in 1941. Okay, I think this is the final one to look at here. Oh no, I see one more on the ground we're going to look at, and then we'll go have a peek at that church. Carroll, Carroll. And I can't quite see the date. It looks like it had a really nice inscription to it. Like you could see this stuff in the corners. Looks like it had some nice artwork. Okay, one more quick one. We are definitely coming back in the spring, let me tell you right now. I just felt the ground different under my foot, so I cleared it a little bit. We've got a whole headstone underneath the snow here, so there's probably a lot that we missed because of the snow. So like I said, we'll be coming back. This is the other one I mentioned. Ernest Eldon Gilbert, 1904 to 1985. Okay, let's go check out this church. Oh, one more quick thing over here. I didn't get the back. We got the back side of it, and it's been engraved on both sides. So here's George and Esther. 1975 and 1972, and then a Grace, 1896 to 1942. Now from standing down here, you could really see just how much of a mound that cemetery is built on. And even this church has its own little risen area that it sits on. And this is the particular Covenanted Baptist Chapel, 1911. That's when this guy was built. And I don't want to get too close because I don't want to alarm any neighbors. You see, they do have a house neighboring here. They'll probably keep a close eye on the place, thankfully. And it looks like it's held up pretty good over the years. You can see this corner's kind of hurting a little bit. And they have had to board up the windows. Check out that green glass right there. Get a closer shot. There you go. It's not a regular glass. I can remember seeing that in buildings when I was younger, but not so much nowadays. And they've got it again up inside the circular window. Now, there's a chimney here, and I had a subscriber, well, not a subscriber, but a viewer. I don't know if he's subscribed or not. If you're listening to this, I hope you're subscribed to the YouTube so you can stay up to date on the videos. You know what they say. But yes, he was telling me that, I think it was on the Talbotville video, how he used to have to get up early in the morning and go fire up the wood stove and then come back home and go back in a couple hours for the church service. And he did that as his part to help out the church. And he was just a youngster then, and telling me his mom was worried he was going to burn down the church one day. And he never did. But come to think of it, I didn't see a church near Talbotville Cemetery, did you? Just kidding. That's just how it was back in the day. Oh wow, look at this back here. As I stated, we are not going in the church. I'm not about the trespassing, and here in Canada, we have some pretty strict trespassing laws. Wow, that's cool. There's two separate entrances off the back. I wonder what that's all about. And then a little, like a storage area off the back. Very interesting. And then there's a little shed here. This could have been storage or something. We're not going to go in, but we'll take a quick peek in because I know you guys are probably dying to see what's inside. There's a couple old rugs up top. Interesting. Not much to see. This is old style metal pan over there. Some of that old glass. Wet paint. That's classic. Cool. And the view from the other side, and just a big old brush pile. Very awesome. Well, I guess this kind of concludes our tour of the McKillop Cemetery and a quick peek at the church with a difficult name to say. The 1911 church. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining me on this really cold cemetery tour. Do me a favor, if you liked the video, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you can stay tuned to all upcoming videos, and as well, share the video around. Turns out a lot of people like these cemetery tours. In case you're wondering, I'm watching around while I'm walking, so it's kind of uneven ground right here. And we will be getting to doing some more car-related videos soon. Brother Craig and I are pondering the idea of firing up my second channel, dusting off the old Mad Science channel and reformatting it. Maybe Canadians react, because they do. So anyways, on that note, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon. Have yourselves a great day.